Welcome to May 2017. Right at the beginning of May, on May 3rd, Mercury the Messenger goes direct at 24 degrees Aries. This is good news because Venus is direct, now Mercury is direct, Mars is moving forward, and so there's a lot of forward movement energy to accomplish things, get things done, especially with communication back on track, with the god of communication, Mercury, moving forward this month. And he moves into your sister sign, Taurus, on May 16th. So this is good news and this is good energy. The North Node enters Leo on May 10th and will be in Leo until November 6, 2018. So over the next 18 months, you'll have an opportunity to take more of a leadership role in the area of your money, your finances, shared resources. You might even get creative with your financing. Anything that you have a loan on, a house loan, a car loan, a student loan, and so on. And so you could get very creative with your debt, or restructure your debt, or get creative with other people in that area of shared resources. It's also other people's values, your partner's resources, your partner's values. And so it is an area of both intimacy and shared financial money that you could be getting highly creative with and taking on a leadership role there. You might be taking on the leadership role, maybe as a breadwinner now, and the breadwinner of the family. You may be doing more of that. And so very interesting what will outplay over these next 18 months. And of course the eclipses are happening there too. There was a Leo eclipse there for you in February. There'll be a lunar eclipse in Aquarius where the South Node is, in the area of your money, your resources, your values. And then there's a total solar eclipse in Leo in August 21st, in the area of shared resources and other people giving you their money. Isn't that a good thing for them to do? And so it'll be interesting to watch this track with you. Now, there is a very intense and urgent Scorpio full moon. Well, it's bringing up the primal basic needs in people, or the sense of urgency. But it does have a lot of healing and transformation with it, because Pluto, who is in Capricorn, is sextile the moon and trine the sun in Taurus, your sister sign. Neptune, who's in Pisces, is sextile Pluto and trine the moon. So for you, it's in a very fun part of your life, the Scorpio full moon and the sun in Taurus. Taurus brings the action to true love, romance, creative self-expression, self-confidence, taking risks, sports, children, knowing yourself. Scorpio brings the action to your goals, your hopes and wishes, your friends, where you network. And Pluto in Capricorn is in harmonious energy flow with both lights, the sun and the moon. And that's good news. With Neptune in harmony with the moon and Pluto, there can be great transformation, and there can be a healing that takes place, a healing through dialogue, a healing through communication. So you could be feeling, this wonderful healing energy in May in regards to this full moon. And of course, Taurus pours positive energy into any planets you have in Capricorn, and with Mercury entering there on the 16th, that continues. Scorpio sextiles Capricorn, harmonizes with you, creating opportunity. There could be new opportunity for you in regards to some goal that you have, some goal that you've been wanting to achieve. Your hopes and wishes could come true. This is really good energy for Capricorn. Now there's another story happening here, and it started well, it's been going on for a while. Jupiter in Libra exactly squared Pluto on March 30th, and the Libra full moon on April 11th activated this powerful T-square with Jupiter in Libra, the moon was in Libra, Pluto in Capricorn, the sun was in Aries, and Uranus in Aries. The sun has moved on, the moon has moved on, and now asteroid Pallas Athena, the goddess of wisdom, truth, and the supreme military leader, Venus, the planet, has also moved into Aries and is now in the place where the sun was last month. And so Uranus is still in Aries where he was in April. And so what's happening is it is flushing out these needs with people, these primal needs that people may have, emotional needs, financial needs, are all being brought to light at the Scorpio full moon and at the Gemini new moon on May 25th. And this healing and transformation with the Scorpio full moon for you can be giving you the power to overcome any obstacles to your goals or your hopes and your wishes. And there's also this empowering healing energy. It's important to rely on your higher power. Focus on your truth and what's right for you, and let go of, you know, any need to control outcome or what other people are doing, because it is going to get very challenging in here. We have this warlike energy over here, and it's pushing up against Jupiter in Libra, which has to do with relationships, justice, fairness, balance, and there is this escalating dissatisfaction sweeping the planet at this time. So many people are feeling very dissatisfied, and they're feeling like their needs aren't being met. And so what's happening is some people are acting out in very barbaric ways, in ruthless ways. And that's Pluto. Pluto is the Lord of Hell, and he is wreaking death and hell on people, some people, depending on where you live in the world, but it, you know, it can come through a negative relationship. It can come through people being abusive verbally, you know, so it doesn't have to be, you know, a grand scale Syria scenario, but it does include that. It can be on a personal level for you, a family member who's very difficult and argumentative. It can be someone at work who is very difficult and a troublemaker. And so it can come through those types of folks. And so it is invoking this confrontational energy that's happening because people's rights feel, you know, people feel like their rights are being denied, and that the status quo, Pluto and Capricorn, the power elite, they don't want to share power, they want to give up power, they don't want to share resources, and so people are up in arms, and they're creating this antagonistic energy that can be destructive and not helpful. And so we want to be progressive, and we want to be working with the energy and not being destructive, because that's not progressive. And so if there's been a friendship or an alliance that's been working but is no longer working, this will you know, be brought to your attention in May, where you notice that the alliance is no longer stable and it's no longer working, and now you're in an argument with the person or people or the group. And so be aware that this energy, which can be ruthless and people fighting and very nasty and negative, is going on here in April and May. And it's, you know, because people are dissatisfied and they have a need that's not being met, or they're in fear, or they have a sense of threat, and so they're acting out in negative ways and challenging ways that you want to navigate and not get caught up in. And, you know, for you, this energy is happening with you, you know, because Capricorn is involved, which means you're a major player. The cardinal signs are the major players in this energy: the Libras, the Cancers, the Aries, and the Capricorns. And so for you, it could be coming out of you know, some personal area of your life. It could be a family member, or it can be coming through work. And so don't try to avoid power struggles. Try to avoid, you know, feeling the sense of, you know, I got to control everything, or I got to control this person or control that, because that can get you really stuck in it with others. And you know, when people are being negative or nasty, there's no reasoning with them. They're in the darker energy. See, the light is battling with the dark because the light is oncoming. Earth is ascending. You are ascending. We're in fifth dimensional energy. And because we're in this higher energy, it's flushing out the darkness. The darkness is not new. It's been around since the Roman days, when we fed people to the lions for entertainment, during the persecution of the Middle Ages, when we burned people at the stake for so-called being religious heretics. And so it's the same energy being revisited because the light is oncoming, flushing it out. And we're seeing a lot of confrontation going on because Jupiter is making Uranus more disruptive and making Pluto more dark and hellish. He is the Lord of Hell. And so people are more dogmatic and righteous in what they believe, and therefore they believe this, and they're dissatisfied, so therefore they can act out in negative ways. And so we're seeing extremism, you know, especially with the white supremacists and the hate groups. And so we're seeing this being played out in the world. And so there's no reasoning with it. There's no, hey, let's sit down and talk. Not when someone is being ugly and violent, not the time to talk. Now, the good news is, while this energy is going on, and this Venus T-square Jupiter-Pluto is exact May 19th through the 25th, Venus moves up at 19 degrees and is coupled with Pallas Athena asteroid at 19 degrees, opposing Jupiter, squaring Pluto at 19 degrees, Capricorn exact. Saturn is trining Uranus the same time, May 19th through the 25th. Saturn is your ruler. And Saturn is in positive energy flow with Uranus during this cycle. It's been on all year, but it's exact May 19th through the 25th. This is good news. It can bring positive and remarkable things to you. New doors can open. You can have original ideas, new ways of doing things, new approaches that pay off. In fact, that's one of the big messages here for us in 2017. As you are in the new energy, the old ways of doing things isn't going to work anymore. The old ways of doing your work or living your life or taking care of your health isn't going to work in the new energy. And the more you're proactive and open to new ways of doing things, the more prosperous and effective and successful you're going to be. So new ways of doing things, new approaches, pay off big time. You can experience great accomplishments now. When you marry the old Saturn with the new Uranus, anything can happen. And it's a perfect synergy. This leads to productive and favorable results that happen in your life now, tomorrow, and well into your future, because Saturn represents lasting results. Saturn isn't a fly-by-night energy. Saturn builds lasting structures, lasting results. And he's in harmonious energy flow with Uranus, which is about being proactive. It's about being open-minded. It's not about being stubborn. It's not about being resistant. It's not about being judgmental. It's about opening your mind and thinking about the new ways you can live, thinking about the new ways you can build a foundation for your life. You know, the stronger your foundation, the more you can withstand the curveballs that Uranus can send. Uranus is the disruptor. Uranus is expect the unexpected. And Uranus is throwing out all kinds of curveballs. And, you know, when you have a strong foundation, you can weather the storms much easier than if your foundation is not strong. And so this energy is asking for you to have confidence and belief in yourself and belief in your goals, and stay focused on your hopes and wishes and what you want to accomplish. You've got Jupiter working for you in that 10th house, in that area of your destiny in the world, your profession in the world, what you do in the world, and that's working for you. That's not going anywhere. And even when it moves into Scorpio, it's going to bring you more wealth, more abundance, more prosperity, because that's the money house for what you do. And so for you, you know, Jupiter is working for you. You just want to make sure you're not getting caught up in control issues, because it's, you know, being challenged by Pluto, which can make us feel like, oh, I've got to control this, and I got to control this, and I got to control this, and I just got to, you know. And the universe is saying control's an illusion. The only one you can control is yourself. You can control your behavior. You can control what you think and say. And so that's where the power is in the self-control. And, you know, so you want to be using this really good energy with your ruling planet Saturn to produce the results that you want. Now, Mercury enters Taurus on the 16th. The Sun enters Gemini on the 20th. And, you know, like the Scorpio full moon, the Gemini new moon doesn't have challenging aspects to it. It is at 5 degrees Gemini, and it doesn't get squared by Neptune until it separates off. And then days later, the Sun will meet up with Neptune. And it also is in positive energy flow with Jupiter as it separates and reaches Jupiter. And so for you, you know, this is giving you a fresh start in your work habits, your health habits, and Mars is there. And so that's great for weight loss, for anybody that wants to get lean and mean and be a powerful force. Having Mars there, he's been there all month, and now with the Gemini new moon there, this is really good. And it's in harmony with Jupiter. So for you, you could be feeling good in your work. You could be feeling good in what you're doing. So ignore the negative news. Ignore the negative people. Stay in your vortex. Stay in your positive energy. Stay in your bubble of positive energy. That's what I mean by vortex. And then you're focused on your goals. Then you're focused on what you're accomplishing and getting done. And then you're feeling effective. Because the plans you're doing today are going to reach far into your future. Saturn is lasting success, which you're building on now and far into your future. And that's good news. And so, yes, the powerful T-square is going on all this month and all of April, and it is activated at the Gemini new moon because Venus has moved up with Pallas, and they're exactly squaring Pluto. And, you know, this is going to be bringing up, you know, financial issues, relationships could be in confrontation with each other, you know, women's rights, and that's where we want to, you know, watch out for acting out in negative ways, or acting out in fear, or a perceived threat, or some need that's not being met. Because this escalating dissatisfaction that's sweeping the planet is, you know, really pushing the envelope with individuals and groups that are just, you know, acting out in negative ways. And so you want to stay out of it, and you want to navigate around it, navigate over it. Don't try to go through it, okay? When people are in crazy town, there's no reasoning with it. There's no like, hey, let's just talk this out. I mean, unless the confrontation is that way, where whoever you're having a confrontation with, they want to talk it out, great. But if they're not, and they're just being hostile, you know, run away, get out of there. You don't need the energy. You want to stay focused on your goals. You want to stay focused on what's working in your life. You want to stay focused on your future and your work and your creativity and living your best life and staying in the light. We can't live our best life if we're getting all negative and we're, you know, in this ugliness and hate. That's the old energy. It's not the new energy. It's not the love. It's not the light. It's not the higher energy. And And, you know, this energy that's sweeping the planet is a divine feminine energy. These are the goddesses. Venus is a goddess. Pallas Athena, asteroid, is a goddess. It's a feminine energy that's bringing in the light and raising the frequency on the planet. And that's because there's been such an imbalance on the planet to the extreme of the male energy of war and dominance and destruction. And so we're working to balance the male and female energy within all of us, because we're all both. And so it's about being balanced in our energies and balanced in our lives, and taking care of the environment and taking care of people, and not running them over because we're dissatisfied or we have a need or we have a fear or whatever. And so that energy is going to be playing out here in April and May. And on the positive, the Gemini new moon can really stimulate creativity, new inventions, new ideas, and you know, it can be amazing for you if you're focused on your work, if you're focused on your well-being, if you're focused on improving your lifestyle, improving your life, improving your health, improving your work. If you're focused there, you're going to notice results. If you're in the new energy, you're going to notice that things are better, that you feel better, that your outlook is better, that your attitude is better, that things are coming your way. You're going to feel like you're more intuitive. You may even feel more psychic. You may feel smarter. You could feel that you have more conscious awareness or more wisdom now. If you feel dissatisfied, if you feel stuck, if you feel like what you're doing isn't working, you're in the old energy. And the old ways aren't going to work anymore. They're not working. It's time to do things in a new way. Even if what you've been doing for a long time, do it in a new way. Even if who you're with, you've been with a long time, approach the relationship in a new way. We have to inject new life into what we do and into our relationships. That's what keeps things fresh and lively. That's what Uranus's intention is. He will disrupt things if we're stubborn, if we're judgmental, if we're not listening. Then it'll be an upheaval, an emotional upheaval, a relationship upheaval, a job upheaval. But it's not the intention. The intention is to say, hey, do things in a new way. Be innovative, be creative, think out of the box, try new things, take a new approach, do what you do in a new fashion. And when you do that, everything opens up for you. Everything will open up for you. Things will get better for you. And you'll notice it, that your life is getting better, your work is getting better, your outlook is better, and that's when you know you're in the new energy. So be open to new approaches in regards to your work, in regards to family, in regards to where you live, in regards to your goals in the world, to your hopes and wishes in the world, to where you're going and what you want to be doing. The goal is to live your best life, and whatever helps you live your best life, you're in the new energy, and you're helping the planet. We can't help other people if we're depressed, if we're feeling bad because all this stuff is going on in the world. You couldn't feel bad enough to help anybody else. It doesn't help other people. And so the way to help them is to live your best life, to stay focused on what is working, to stay productive, to stay effective, to try new things, to be open to new things. And when you're doing that, you're in the positive energy and you're broadcasting that positive energy out, and people will want to know, what are you doing? What's your secret? And then you can share when they ask you, right, is, well, I've tried doing this now. I changed my diet. I changed how I work out. I changed my attitude. I changed my approach. I let go of control. I let go of being judgmental. I'm just focusing on what I need to do, what my responsibilities are, my goals, and I want greater prosperity. I want greater abundance. I want more freedom. I want more fun in my life. I want more love in my life. If those are the things you want, then stay focused on getting them accomplished and let go of the rest. Let go of what's not working. There's so many new ways of manifesting abundance and prosperity in this new energy. That's the benefit of the new energy, is you can attract instantly. You can attract greater abundance without efforting, without struggling. And so why not be focused on that and not be, you know, engulfed in the negative energy? Not everyone knows how to do it, right? Not everyone knows how to go around it or go over it. Some people, they just can't help but look at the train wreck. They just got to stay focused on it. And that can eclipse prosperity. It definitely eclipses positive energy and happiness. And so where do you want to be, Capricorn? It's up to you. So for those of you open for love, it's on. Your love houses are activated here in May. And so if you're open for love, that's a great place for you to be focused. Why not take a new approach to it? Why not let people know you're available? Let your friends know, other people know. Hey, you know someone I should meet? Let them know that you're open and available for love, and put yourself out there, however you want to do it, right? A dating app, a website, a coffee shop, whatever works for you. Do it in the way that works for you, but do try new things, because they're really paying off now, is the new approaches. For those of you coupled, if there is some sort of confrontation that goes on, be aware, because Mars is going to oppose Saturn on the 29th. Now that has more to do with work relationship. And here in the States, it is a holiday weekend, which is good, because you don't want to be at work on that day. And so there could be some sort of confrontation that comes up on the 28th or the 29th or the 30th. It's a fast-moving planet. It's not going to last long. Mars is the gas pedal. Saturn is the brakes. When those two meet up, there can be, acrimonious words said. And so that's why we want to stay out of the ugly. And we want to stay positive. And we want to stay focused on what we want. Even if you're feeling frustrated, go take a nice walk. Go do something nice for yourself. Walk away, and unless it's a productive confrontation. If it's something that, you and the other party the other person is hashing out in a productive way, great, awesome. Cooperation, communication, compromise. If you're using those tools, excellent. If it's just getting nasty, get out of there, okay? It will pass over. Or if there's a little bit of a frustration with something you're working on, those few days, just know it will pass. Saturn delays things because we're not ready. We don't know everything. We don't have it right. And he's actually protecting you from a false start or getting into something you don't need to be in. So know that if something is delayed or you're feeling frustrated about something, what is it that you need to do? Do you need to go back over and do your homework? Is there something you need to do to have all your ducks in a row before you launch something or move something out or move something forward? So just be aware of that. And money looks good, right? So the money is improving and the money is increasing, and that's why you want to be focused on the good. You want to be focused on, trying new things, being open, being progressive, being open-minded, so that you can see the opportunities that are appearing in your life, and you're not missing opportunities because, you're focused on the negativity and that negative energy that's going on out there at this time. Spiritually, you're growing. And the more you listen, the more you're expanding spiritually, right? And that's what it's all about, is listening to your soul self so that you're hearing the truth and you're hearing the wisdom. That's all the higher energy. All the higher energy has what you need, the answers you need. You will be shown as long as you're listening. How is your health? It looks good. I see your health improving. So do what builds your health, because your wealth is in your health, and the better you feel, the better the outlook, the more you can take advantage of the wonderful opportunities that are here for you in May. Your ruling planet is in harmonious energy flow with Uranus. Remember, that's the way out from all the negativity out there, is staying focused on what you want, staying focused on building your foundation, and then you're going to be effective, powerful, right where you love to be. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing, and Google Plussing my videos. Capricorn, you're rocking awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your astrology, it's very easy. The link is below in the Show More section. It's also up in the cards. So until next time, Capricorn, your plans today reach far into your future. Stay focused on your plans.